Hello and welcome. My name is Graham Spencer. I'm a doctoral student at Belmont University, currently enrolled in Quantitative Methods 2, EDL 6730. Before we begin tonight's video on journal critique number 1, looking at Pearson correlations, just want to make mention of two quick things. Number one, I'm super sorry about the mess behind me today. I moved last weekend, I guess a week and a half ago. Still unboxing a lot of things. Hopefully I'll install a green screen so I can cover up all of that, make it look much better behind me. But for now, thank you so much for bearing with me on that. And number two, it is Super Bowl week. Go Chiefs. Looking for a very fun and exciting win this weekend over the 49ers. So confident that that will happen this weekend. I don't mind mentioning it in this video. But without further ado, love to dive into Journal Critique 1. So here we go. Welcome to my Journal Critique 1, looking at Pearson correlations. I looked at a study that was called The Effect of Augmented Reality Technology on Middle School Students' Achievement and Attitudes Towards Science Education. A lot of stuff to say, hey, how does augmented reality encourage students to engage and master science standards in middle school? So this study was done by two researchers in Turkey. It focused on the partnership between science and computer education. It was all about implementing augmented reality into science curriculum, specifically in middle school courses in the solar system unit. The authors did note that students at this age have a really hard time grasping those foreign concepts, conceptual concepts of things so far that you can't see: planets, stars, solar systems, and the universe. And so they wanted to see if augmented reality could help students better understand these concepts, better grasp these concepts, and find success both academically and enjoying the course. So the authors did have 4 questions for their hypotheses, 4 research questions. They did only have alternate hypotheses. They did not have the null hypotheses. A lot of what we'll see throughout this study is making sure it is reader friendly. So the authors cut a lot out from the quantitative method side to make sure that what they were presenting to the reader was very friendly and relatively short. Out of their 4 hypotheses, their 4 research questions, there were 3 Pearson correlation questions, and those involved a difference between academic achievement through the use of AR technology, the attitudes of students in courses based on use of AR technology, and a correlation between all 3 of these variables: AR technology, academic achievement, and the attitudes towards the courses. Going into our pre-tests, the authors did utilize 100 students. They had a lot of great graphics in this study, but there were 48 girls and 52 boys, and they split both of those groups up evenly so that there were 24 girls in both the experimental and control groups, and then 26 boys in each of those groups as well. The authors did check the data for normality. They looked for normal spreads. Everything was normal there. They did not mention checking for linearity or homoscedasticity. I would assume this is because they were focused on the brevity of the article as well as making sure it was very reader friendly. But they didn't explicitly mention either of those. It would have been included right after the test for normality. Hopefully these researchers were good. They did their due diligence because they did proceed with the tests. So after running the Pearson correlation, the authors did determine there was a significant level of difference in achievement in the science courses with students who are using augmented reality technology. Additionally, the authors did note that students preferred courses with augmented reality over not having augmented reality in their science courses. And then there was a moderate size correlation between academic achievement and attitudes. So students who achieved well in the science course liked the science course better than students who did not achieve well. The authors did have very brief reports in the results section. I would have liked to have seen those expanded quite a bit, especially for how detailed their images were and their explanation of the courses and the AR inclusion in the science courses. Their reports were very brief, and the authors also relied on tables in their explanations of the findings or of the results. but these tables were not located near the results they were referencing. They were located below all of the results. I would like to see those tables closer to the finding, or closer to the results they mentioned. Moving on to the findings, the authors did a really good job of intertwining results from their study with the current existing literature. However, there was heavy speculation. I feel the authors did rely very much on assumptions of what students think and feel about science courses and certain topics with this study. It does lead potentially to next steps in research to see if those assumptions are true. I would have also liked to see the authors expand their suggestions. They merely had a bullet list set of points at the end of their findings section for the recommendations. I would like to see those take it more and hold a more weight in what they presented. And they also did not include any next steps. I know as a reader, I was able to draw some next steps, including more research into what it looks like, because all these students, I didn't mention this before, but all the students who engaged in this research had never experienced augmented reality in coursework before, or augmented reality at all. Does the appeal and the connection and the growth that we saw in this study continue on with students continuing to engage in augmented reality? Or is it because it's a flashing technology that they see in these courses and they're able to engage with? Do the students have just a short-term effect from the augmented reality? I think that's something that we could expand on the next steps. I'd love to see the authors include more in what research could stem from this, but they didn't. Overall, very well done report. Clear as a reader to read. Easy for non-research-minded people to read, and the authors did a really good job of keeping it short, focus on their research, what the results were, and how you can implement those. Overall, well done. Great report. Thank you all so much.